Strong period cramps can be incredibly debilitating and impact a woman's daily life. Women may experience intense pain in their lower abdomen, back, and hips during menstruation. This pain can range from mild to severe, causing discomfort and interfering with daily activities. So for today's video, I just want to share with you what I do to try to feel better and reduce the cramps as much as I can. So the first thing I do, and not only on my period day, but every morning, or at least when I can manage, is to use the Natural Cycles app, which helps women to track their menstrual cycle and understand the patterns of their period cramps. It starts by measuring your basal body temperature and putting in the data on the Natural Cycles app. During my period, I try to log in as much as I can about my periods so that the app can track as much data as I put into it to help me understand my body better. I love the Natural Cycles app not only because it helps me predict when my period will come and all of the different patterns that I go through whenever I've got my period, but also because it allows me to know and understand my menstrual cycle, such as knowing in which phase I am and how I can help my body's health by understanding this. The next tip that I want to give you guys is that sometimes all you need is rest. Sometimes when we're on our periods, all we need is just to be in bed, be comfortable, make sure we've got some pillows behind our back, and we have a nice warm breakfast full of protein, a coffee if that is what you feel like, and just there with our feelings and, just giving our body its time to get some rest, because during the period we're losing a lot of energy and some of us lose a lot of blood, so it is really necessary sometimes to just take the time to be there resting, just doing nothing. In this video, this is actually taking place on a weekend, so I'm not feeling any type of guilt regarding work. I do know, however, when I go through this, when I'm working, it's much harder for me to stay home, because I feel that I should be working and not staying home. But it is important that we become aware and we know that we have the right to stay home if we're feeling severe pain and severe period cramps that are not allowing us to get out of the bed. Another thing that helps are yoga poses. Now, normally I practice my yoga on a yoga mat, but when I have really strong period cramps and really low energy, I just stay in bed and try to do them on my bed. The first pose is called reclined bound angle. And in this pose, since you are leaning back into the pose, your abdominal muscles relax, and this can help is cramping. The next one is child's pose. Child's pose can act as a sort of internal massage, and it does this by flexing your reproductive organs as well as releasing tension in your back, shoulders, and neck. Sometimes when on our period cramps, the child pose can be a bit of a tense pose, so if you're feeling this, just grab a pillow, put in there so that it feels more comfortable and that you're not putting a lot of effort into it. The next pose is head to knee forward bend. The stimulating effect that forward bends have on the abdominal and reproductive muscles are unparalleled. The head to knee forward bend is another pose that can be modified to our experience level and to our comfort. This pose helps support our reproductive and digestive system, relieves anxiety, fatigue, headaches, menstrual cramps, and can even help to soothe mild depression. The next pose is bound angle pose. This pose can not only soothe our digestive system but also provide relief from our painful cramps. And also it stimulates our ovaries, making it a reproductive health power pose. The next pose is the reclining twist. This twist helps us get a very big stretch on our backs and our hips, and this really helps to deal with aches and pains from our periods. And the final pose of today is inverted leg pose. This pose has physical, mental, and emotional benefits because it improves circulation and digestion, lowers blood pressure, boosts energy levels, and soothes the nervous system. It's also said to increase creative thinking and problem solving, which is super helpful if we are in our periods and we're in a situation where we cannot really think or focus or get creative because all we can think of is our period cramps. These are just an examples of some yoga poses that help with period cramps, and they are my absolute favorites and the one that help, but go ahead and do your own research to see which ones can be a good help for you. Another thing that helps is heat therapy. Applying heat to the abdominal and hip region can help relax the muscles and provide relief from cramps. And I do this by two ways. I either want to be on my bed just watching a TV show and just relaxing, and I just get my hot water bottle to apply the heat therapy, or I prepare my hot bath and add to it some lavender to help release the tension of the muscles from my body. The most obvious query until now is, why cramps? As we know, menstruation is the monthly shedding of the endometrial lining of the uterus. During this process, the uterus contracts to help expel the lining, which can result in cramps. Women who experience severe cramping may find it difficult to sit or stand comfortably. As a result, it may be challenging for them to carry out their regular activities or work responsibilities. For me personally, it's never the same. I used to suffer from very strong and severe cramps in the past, but now it really depends on the month. Another thing that I use, especially when I cannot stay at home and I need to go to work when I'm on my period and I'm having severe period cramps, is my Livia Device. This is a small wearable device that uses electronic nerve stimulation to block pain signals and provide relief from cramps. For me personally, it really has helped me reduce my period cramps and try to have my normal life as much as possible. The only thing that it doesn't help with is our energy levels and, how fatigued we're feeling during our period, but at least it really helps to reduce the period cramps and, at least for me, get me through the day and go to work if I need to. Lastly but not least is the use of herbs to create a tea for period cramps. In this case, what I'm using is lemon melissa, sage, and chamomile. Lemon melissa and sage have been proven to reduce period cramps. They have antispasmodic properties, effective to relieve menstrual cramps, supporting hormonal balance and reducing excessive bleeding. And the chamomile doesn't have a direct effect on menstrual cramps, but it does help to promote better sleep and reduce our fatigue, which in my case, I really get affected by when I'm on my period. So this is the video for today. I really hope you liked it. I really hope this helps you with your period cramps if you're the kind of person that really suffers from them. I am on my way to healing from my period, learning a lot from my period, and I will make a video about it to help others out there, because even though a small pain on our period during our period days is normal, when we feel this severe and chronic pain, that is not a normal thing, and this should not be normalized. So I'm really trying to understand what is happening and where this period is coming from, and if there's anything that we can do in order to heal from it. So stay tuned. I will let you know when this video is made, and I really hope that you feel better after this video, that these tips help, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.